Good morning, everyone. Suzanne here. Happy to be with you this morning and to wish you a happy new year. Friends, there's so many exciting things happening at the community food program, and I'm very excited to have a chance to share some of those things with you today. As many of you may know, or maybe you don't know, every Friday here at the church, we offer a free lunch. We have a social hub. We offer bread and pastry and grocery and packaged food giveaway so people can take food home with them. And those services are being offered to usually around 250 people a week, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but that's kind of the range. So those are the services that many of you are familiar with. What you may not know is that there's many other things that are happening here on Fridays, and some of them are new, so I'd like to share some of those things with you today. Most weeks we have free haircuts here offered by professional hairstylists, which is a very well received and very needed service, so that's wonderful. We also have a donation closet, which is run and operated by a wonderful team of volunteers that collect, organize, sort, and distribute emergency hygiene items, clothing, coats, boots, socks, bedding, and all kinds of other things every week to our community. So that is also a very critical and needed service. In addition to these services, we've added some new things this year, which is what I'm really here to tell you about today. We have a wonderful opportunity here with Support House. Support House is a Halton agency. They're doing multiple things here every Friday. In the Macmillan Room, we have a medical clinic, which offers all of the medical services that you would find at a regular walk-in medical clinic. There is a nurse, there is a nurse practitioner, and outside there is a 20-foot mobile van clinic that's parked right at the front of the parking lot, so people can go into the Macmillan Room, register with the nurse, and then if they need an appointment, they can be seen by the nurse practitioner out in the van. So these are some of the services that they can access: blood work, vaccinations, sexual health testing, wound care, help to quit smoking, safer drug use equipment, addictions treatment, counseling and peer support, service and specialist referrals, and access to medical forms. All of these services are provided free, and people don't even need an OHIP card, which is a critical piece, especially if someone is unhoused. They may not have their ID, so they can access those medical services regardless. Support House also provides us every Friday with either one or two community outreach coordinators. These wonderful folks will listen, will help connect people to community services, will provide emotional and mental health support, and will also help connect people to emergency housing here in Halton. And there's been a huge impact from these community outreach coordinators here over the last year. Support House is also providing peer support. Peer support is just what it sounds like. It's somebody who's trained, who often has lived experience with things like addiction or mental health, who can come alongside someone and really understand what's happening in their life and offer support at that level. So every Friday, we usually have either one or two peer support workers. And most recently, which I'm very excited about, Support House has also been providing a social worker. And a social worker, as you know, is a very well-trained individual with the education and background to provide comprehensive supports for people who, in all different situations. So those are the supports being provided by Support House, and it has already made a huge difference in our community. Moving on, the last Friday of every month, we have been so privileged to have a wonderful representative from Service Canada here. Her name is Mona Jovetic, and she is just a very talented community outreach representative. She talks to people. She brings her laptop and her computer, so people have ID and they have their social insurance number. She's able to access their Service Canada account right here. She's connected people with all kinds of services and programs available through Service Canada that they might otherwise not have known about or may have missed. I know of a couple amazing stories where people got connected to their pension plan where they would have lost those benefits. People have been connected to the Canadian dental plan, which they didn't know about or they hadn't had an opportunity to access. And there's so many other examples of life-changing connections happening here every month. Just last month, we added the Center for Skills Development and Employment Services here. They've been coming twice last month, and they're going to continue to come twice a month for the next year. So they provide job search help, resume support, training opportunities, connections to local employers, pathways to the skilled trades, specialized support for newcomers, including language training and settlement services. They assist people of all ages and backgrounds in finding work, upgrading their skills, and accessing community resources. And again, this is a free service. It's supplemented by the provincial government, and it's already helped so many people that are in that situation where they're needing support to find work. Again, it's a life-changing connection, and we're so thrilled to have the Center for Skills Development here. Brand new in January, we are going to have the Burlington Family Health Team here once a month, approximately, providing a mobility aid clinic. So what is that? A mobility aid clinic is where a professional, a physiotherapist or an occupational therapist will assess the mobility aid, so the cane or the walker or the scooter that somebody is using, to see if it's appropriate for them, if they need repair, if it needs to change the levels, the heights, and all the different things that provide a mobility aid. And also if somebody needs one, maybe they don't have one. So that is a wonderful service that's going to be provided here, again, free of service, once a month. The Burlington Family Health Team also helps people connect to family doctors who maybe don't have one and can help provide medical services. And they're very close to the church here. So they're going to be connecting folks who maybe have been missed by the medical system. And another way that they're going to help is by providing us with a system navigator. So a system navigator is somebody who can help connect people to community supports, housing, mental health support, financial assistance, legal services, substance use counseling support groups, and again, finding a family doctor. So that's the kind of help that somebody would maybe find through a family member if they're navigating the healthcare system. But if someone doesn't have that community or that network or that family, a system navigator can really fill in that support that they need in finding their way to the services that they really need. And lastly, we have Senior Connect here, which is a wonderful lady named Joan Lewis. And we also have a volunteer named Ruth McBean, who we call our Senior Services Advocate. And they're here every week to help people here at the program connect to the services that are available through the community of Burlington. And there are many, but often seniors don't have access to the internet or they don't know how to use search engines. And so Joan and Ruth can help assess maybe what people are wanting to connect to and help them make those connections. So those are just some of the things that are happening here on Friday. I'm so excited about all of these services. It's making a huge difference in addition to food security, in addition to community and friendship and all the wonderful things that happen on that level. People are having life-changing connections to services and supports that's making our community stronger and better and safer. Thanks, everyone.